Just wanted to share with you a conversation I was having with a client earlier this week. So at the start of a relationship with me and that particular individual, and he wanted to know how we operate as a recruiter. So it's a question I've answered many a time, very confident in answering it. But when he asked that particular question, on that day I just had a bit of a light bulb moment of a phrase, whole of market financial planning recruiter. Don't think it's ever been heard of before. I think I made it up on the spot. When I said it, it immediately made sense to me, because we operate in a very similar way to our clients do and our candidates. So as specialists in financial planning and multi-advice recruitment, we know our market very well. We've got individuals in the team who've had experience in financial services prior to joining recruitment, so know the industry very well and keep up to speed with the various changes. So we like to emulate our service in the same way you provide service to your clients. So what I mean by that is, when you first get a client or taking an ongoing review of a client, you undertake a fact find. That's the first thing that has to happen, is you understand their situation, you're understanding what they're trying to achieve over the short, medium and long term, what their attitude to risk is, and what they want from you. Then with that, you will go away and do your research. You'll look at the wide market, what's available, what's the product that most matches their needs and really ticks all of their boxes. You will then have that conversation with the client and explain why you found that product and why you're recommending it, and make sure that it still matches with what they're looking for. Then you get their agreement. It's very important you get their agreement that they're willing to proceed, and then you process the business. You stay in touch and you maintain that relationship, and you keep asking whether things are changing, just so you're on top of it, and what's changing in their life really. And that's a very similar way we conduct our business with candidates and clients. So we'll undertake a fact find with our individuals speaking to. What are they trying to achieve? What is their current situation? What, in an ideal world, could they change in their job? What's their short, medium and long-term career aspirations, where they're trying to take their career? Attitude to risk, whether that's you're in the comfort of an employed role at the moment, you're considering self-employed, or starting a new venture. All those important questions to really build a good picture of what that ideal job will be. And with all that information, we go away and we look at the available options we've got. So with 400 clients across the UK, we've got a really nice wide spread of the market, and we can find those solutions and present it to our client or candidate. And we'll have that conversation, recommend that product, make sure it's still the right thing for them, and then get their agreement. So it's important you get the agreement before doing anything. So your CV will never go anywhere without your say-so. And we'll then work with the candidate and the client and try and arrange the best solution for all parties. And so when I had that conversation with the client about whole of market financial planning recruiter, and I answered it in that particular way, he really appreciated that. We made a little bit of a joke that he's never heard of the phrase before. And so I thought, I want to come on LinkedIn, I want to do some more videos, and that was a great place to start, of a term that no one's heard of before. And it just explained how we operate, and whether you guys feel that should be more common in the industry, and also whether that term should be more heard of. So really appreciate your feedback on that. Also, I don't know if you know, but it's my first LinkedIn video, so a little bit rusty. No, there's a couple of improvements, so your feedback on that will be also greatly received. Hopefully you'll see a little bit more of me, and I'll get better over time, so don't worry if it wasn't that clean and crisp. But hopefully it was good. Thank you for listening.